Alright, a bit late, but all the happier to bring you English coverage of the Disc Days Cologne 2023. I'm Christina Obermeyer, and you're viewing SCRAM against Germany Masters Women. They are currently up. Germany Masters Women are currently up 3 to SCRAM's 2. We are live here at Disc Days Cologne. SCRAM off to the races here. Near side, Humes looking for an option. Finds a break. Down the line and a big put into space. And it's gonna hang beautiful for the goal. For SCRAM, it's evens at 3s. Germany Masters up in front, and we'll start an offense with the coming point, but SCRAM good to catch up and even at 3s. Milan Confoyer with that big put over the top, usually the person to throw these kinds of to collect these kinds of discs into the end zone, because she's rather tall frame, showing she can also distribute those. So we're a little late here, but bringing you coverage of the Disc Days Cologne women's division, English commentary as well as German on the other stream. Disc Days Cologne, you can check it out here. We have 55-minute games on Saturday and then 70-minute games tomorrow on Sunday. We will be live all weekend and bring you men's and women's coverage. The women are playing a Swiss draw. Men are playing a bracket. As Germany Masters Women put that disc over the top just a little too far up, and they'll get their chance again, as that disc was just in and out of the hands of the intended receivers. Loads of air underneath that break throw. Back into the middle and moving to the far side now. Nice break and continuation for the point into the end zone. And that is a rather clean hold for Germany, not 100%, but well collected and beautiful work over the break side. Puts her fingertips around this, and then a good continuation. Good lateral movement from the Masters women, and bring it over the break side, and we will see if they can put some pressure on defense, as well as we're looking for a big pull out of Billy, who plays for Mint usually in Munich, International Ultimate. She's been working on those pulls. You can see that as it hits far beneath the break point and pins SCRAM in that near side. And that reset is blocked by the defender. Red zone opportunity for Germany Masters, and they're going to put it up in the end zone, but that is indeed be a discussion. But the players accept that turnover, since maybe the defense was up in front and didn't have a chance, and the offensive player would not have a chance, have had a chance for that disc. You can see that jumping on her back a little bit. So, SCRAM pinned in that corner. Go to reset into the middle. Losing her footing a little bit, and that's probably the same position Germany Masters women had before. Just in front of their end zone now. And a hand block will give the disc back to SCRAM once again. Reset connects, but tumbling bodies. Bit of a poachy style from the German defense. And the reset once again will be put to ground, but discussion. So we'll get a replay here. Good positioning from unfortunately I do not have names for the German Masters women, otherwise I would have loved to shout out that good position on defense. They will agree that Germany gets the disc just on their goal line. Third time, and as we know, third time's a charm. This time around, Germany Masters women get their break. And they're currently up by 2. Seems like a rather even matchup. Both teams have some miscommunications, but good defense from both sides. That'll always get them the disc back. SCRAM playing quite a few tournaments in Europe this year. They've already shown them their skills at Vienna spring break, flying to Vienna and to Cologne. So quite some experience for that team in terms of different defenses across Europe. See how they work against the German one. Oh, near block and a big disc goes up. Quickly put into the back of the end zone. What they're doing really well is using the whole field, not just a front corner or a part, like maybe a side or something, but they're spreading it out, and you can see that beautiful huck over the heads of 2 defenders into the end zone. Really nothing you can do as a defender when that put is just so perfect. We've seen rather clean offense from SCRAM and their 0 points. They'll have to manage to get back into this game now, though, because they're trailing by 2. Unfortunately, I do not know who started on offense, but we will see once one of the teams reaches 8 points. We have halftime. There's no break, I believe, at halftime. It's just a switch of possession if necessary, and SCRAM come out with the zone. There's this cliche that with Masters teams you shouldn't put up a zone because they have just so much more experience when handling in these situations, just such good disc skills that they can easily outsmart you. and enough experience and patience is what the Germany Masters women are showing us here. Not quite as much pressure on the handlers, rather stopping downfield tucks is the aim of that zone, and that's what Germany Masters women are using very well, is going around, moving the disc from one point to the other. Now just in front of their end zone, as space downfield gets smaller, tighter. Of course, there's more people in less space. We'll see if they can be patient enough to put the disc in the end zone. Seems like SCRAM now changed to matchup defense, and that is the exact moment to do that, to get that defense, and that's exactly what they're doing. We'll see now if they can use that break opportunity. That disc a bit too floaty. This one as well, though. Bit too floaty, bit too high. There is a little wind, I believe. You can hear it on the field audio. Oh, a big gainer. And there it is, or not. That disc looked perfect, but flashed by the intended target and falls to the ground. Far corner gets it off with a disc to midfield. Very tight reset, and they're working it up the line. Take the easy options if you get them. Just in front of the end zone now for SCRAM, on the doorstep to the middle. Again, red zone position, and an offhand throw will put that disc into the hands of a SCRAM player that is very open in the end zone. Beautiful use of that offhand, high release, backhand to put that disc into a space where you would normally not expect anyone to be able to put that disc. We can see the height difference makes for this throw here, and SCRAM get one break back. So it seems like a timeout was called. Some explanation by one of the SCRAM leaders, and a tight huddle on the Germany Masters side. that timeout is over. And SCRAM with the defense trying to get another break in to put themselves in a better position going into half. That very popular inside shot used well and again for the German national team. We can see the different jerseys from generation that these women have represented Germany internationally. Into the middle and a big disc over the top. Bodies underneath the disc is collected just in front of the end zone, and that is a bubble. That'll get the disc back into, give the disc to SCRAM. SCRAM taking their time to pick this up. Disc collected by the defender. And they're off to the races now, using the flow they created. And with that air battle, the disc ends up in the German player's hands. Looks for a reset. Far outstretched arms and puts it into the end zone nicely. Good up the line pass to get the goal for German Masters. See that catch with outstretched arms and then in all casualty puts the disc into the end zone. So you can see the game clock running down 17 minutes and 30 seconds. Still to play. Of course, the women are playing Swiss draw, which means that every game counts. And you get matched. There is an algorithm. I'm not 100% entirely sure how it works, but you get matched with an opponent every single round of games. And then, depending on how high the outcome is, you get a ranking. And that ranking, at some point, will determine your placement. And then you will play for placements tomorrow in the 70 minutes games. 55 minutes is actually a very short time, in my opinion. But it will allow for more games to be played. And to see different opponents. As that disc is asking too much of the receiver, also very hard shot to complete to perfection. This one, on the other hand, put out into space and collected just on the brink of the end zone with a layout that unfortunately was out of our vision, but what a beautiful put in just gets her fingers around that disc and keeps the feet in bounds in the back of the end zone. Great way to score for Germany Masters. Seven to 5, the current score. Germany Masters will probably, I will go out on a limb here and say definitely look to break here to go into half 8 to 5 and SCRAM. I think I heard a power line being called. Specific names. Of course they want to prevent that, and here we go on a run. A small one and get to 8 to halftime first. Give and go action for SCRAM. Looks like a poach he set up by Germany Masters. And SCRAM now know how to handle that. They're poaching off and putting one free person, but there is the shot, and perfect positioning from the German player will not prevent Willem Garnier to get that disc. She pushed it up as if it was a volleyball to make sure that it'll stay in her hands and her hands only. Beautiful put, and that one throw sits for ages, and it looks like the German player has perfect position, but in the end trailing a little bit to the far side of your screen. Good read by the SCRAM player. And there is a turn in favor of SCRAM there, really, with that opportunity to go on a run. Humes on the near side, inside shot into the middle, puts it right into the central handler, and they're knocking on the doorstep now. Going around. Good movement from SCRAM, and that disc floats forever, but will only hit the red. I don't actually know what it's called in English. The red surfaced part of the pitch. Yeah, if you know what it's called, let me know in the comments. Educate me, please. Germany back on offense. Good continuation. Inside. Shots are used very frequently by them. And that disc comes out of the hands. SCRAM. The disc in the hands, floats it out to space, but not sure who the intended target was. And a big disc goes up. First look, but well defended by SCRAM. Miscommunication there on the coverage. And they're poaching in through the open side, preventing that huck from going up, and another hanging throw that will now be to perfection, and big disc goes up into the end zone, bubbled, and the second effort just a little too late for SCRAM. Germany Masters will have to work the disc to the other side of the field. No mark on the central handler, which gives an advantage to Germany Masters. They figured out the coverage that but Germany Masters is off to the races, looking for a reset now. She's switching it up to the other side of the field. They're at around midfield, looking for a reset. A very static stack. Players downfield not really giving a lot of options, and it'll be pushed to put it up into space and into the end zone for Billy. Unfortunately, I do not know the players too well. I do not have rosters for the Germany Masters women. I know a few players that have represented either Germany or club teams near me. And of course Billy, I've played with her a few times. Quite a few times actually. Thanks, Joel, for letting me know it's just called a running track. I'll incorporate it in my future commentary. You'll hear quite a lot of me, especially if you're interested in watching the women's games here at Disc Days Cologne. The weather seems to be perfect. We've seen here 8-6 in favor of Germany Masters women. Switching sides, and they will start on defense going into that second half. That second half that will take them 7 minutes and 30 seconds. So after that, the games are over. Of course, ULTI.TV's and Disc Days Cologne coverage is not over. We have another 2 games of open pool play. Next up, Germany under-20 men's open against Dublin Gravity. And after that, at 1:20, it's an open pool play match of the Belgium Masters against Gummibärchen from Karlsruhe. Another big pull out of Germany Masters, and they're back with their... I do have to say it looks like a bit of a junky set, or at least forcing straight up to prevent the hucks that SCRAM put up time and time again, and they've obviously forced them enough to create a turn in Germany Masters' favor. and try to get a break for the first point in the second half, and they managed to do that. (9-6) in favor of Germany Masters. Good continuation into the end zone there for the score. And with 5 minutes left, it's really time for SCRAM to turn it up, since every single point counts. As I already said, it's important to keep the difference, the goal difference, as close, as minimal as possible, because it'll help you in the Swiss draw later on and for your ranking in general. Games are played with cap 1, so it's not a hard cap at 55 minutes, but after the time is up, we add 1 to the higher score. Finish the point first, of course. Add 1 to the higher score, and this is the team that first gets that one, and then that number of points will win. So SCRAM has every chance still for them, as they started from their break point. Lateral movement from them, and a beautiful inside shot on the far side, trying to keep their hex structure there. And moving the disc through the other side of the field with a big outside flick. Very static now in their red zone, looking to isolate the first player out of the stack, and giving and going. Oh, and the player is shaken up a little bit as she hops off the field. Hope it was just a misstep. Play will continue. Good defensive coverage, but a very open player out of the handler set will strike to put in that goal for SCRAM.
Go.
Pretty solid offense by Germany, says Joel, but I do think both teams have really cleaned up their offensive game. I would absolutely agree with you. Also, this offensive point on SCRAM's side was very clean, valuing the disc. Very well done. Let's see if at the business end of this game, Germany will keep their composure, or if SCRAM can use the opportunities that they've gotten time and time again to their advantage. And there you go, SCRAM with the run through D. Disc is on the far side. and it'll stay there in favor of Germany now. Better position than they left the disc with. And a beautiful round, and what a layout from Germany. Now they're in the red zone, looking for an option. And an inside shot just on the doorstep. Standing quite right on the line. Got the immediate continuation, but it was a bit too early. And a big disc over the top. It's hanging for a while. And that is a goal for Germany to make it 10-7. Bit of a hiccup. But especially in the red zone, Germany have shown that they have a very good feeling and good vision of space. Oh, we see that was a hand block even from the German defender. Wanted to go for that inside shot, but that disc never went even a meter. That beautiful layout to keep that disc from touching the ground first. So time is over. I do think it is this point and then add one to the highest score as SCRAM struggle with that inside shot, and Germany put it up into space. A very open player that'll get the goal for Germany. And it does seem like this is actually the end, but players seem to be as confused as I am. But seems to be agreed that this is game. Big disc over the top and a very open player gets the win for Germany Masters. Very well done from their side. SCRAM put up there everything. Thank you very much for tuning in. As I already mentioned, we have live coverage in German and English all day. Make sure to tune in as we see a very beautiful graphic with the final score: SCRAM 7, Germany Masters 11, and it seems like it's slurpy time, as Stef Pazzo would say. And with that, I will tune out for now. Thank you very much for listening, for watching, and come again to see more live coverage of the Disc Days Cologne 2023.